Easily integrate data from HubSpot into MotherDuck using Estuary in a matter of minutes. We'll start an Estuary flow and select sources to connect to our HubSpot account. Select the new capture button and search for the HubSpot connector. You can select either batch or real-time connectors. In this demo, we'll be using the real-time connector. Select the capture button to set up the connector. Give the capture a name, and then choose your authentication choice. You can easily authenticate into your HubSpot account using OAuth by selecting the Authenticate Your HubSpot Account button. If you are logged into HubSpot, select the account you wish to connect Estuary Real-Time OAuth to. Estuary will now be authenticated to your HubSpot account. Alternatively, you can use an access token to authenticate Estuary to HubSpot. Within HubSpot, navigate to Settings and then Integrations. Select Private Apps and then Create Private App. Give your app a name or use the one generated for you, and then grant read access on all available scopes. When ready, select Create App, and HubSpot will alert you of the access token it is about to display. Select Continue Creating and be sure to save the access token in a secure location. Now that your app is finished creating, navigate back to Estuary to supply the access token from your HubSpot app. For this demo, we'll be using OAuth, but you can use either option for authentication. With your authentication complete, select Next. After Estuary authenticates to HubSpot, you'll be able to select the bindings or tables you want Estuary to replicate to MotherDuck. You can use the toggles to deselect any of the bindings you wish to ignore. Now that your bindings are selected, select Next and Save and Publish to save your capture. Estuary will begin capturing data from HubSpot as collections, which you can see by selecting Collections in the menu navigation. These collections represent the data sets being captured from HubSpot. Now that you know your data is successfully being captured, let's set up MotherDuck to load our data into. Select Destinations in the navigation menu. To create a new MotherDuck destination, select the New Materialization button and search for MotherDuck. Select the Materialization button to begin configuring your destination. You will need either an AWS S3 or Google Cloud Storage bucket with proper permissions to complete this setup. This bucket is used for staging temporary files for your MotherDuck destination. For this demo, we'll be using AWS S3. An S3 bucket in the US East 1 region in AWS is recommended for best performance and costs since MotherDuck is currently hosted in that region. Let's start with our S3 bucket. Within AWS, I'll create an S3 bucket in the US East 1 region and give it a name. We'll leave public access blocked and create the bucket. Next, you'll need to create an IAM user with read and write access to this bucket. You can do this by navigating to IAM and creating a new user and either attaching an existing AWS S3 policy giving the user access to your S3 buckets, or creating a new policy in IAM that grants this access only to the bucket you've just created. Finally, within the IAM user you previously created, navigate to Access Keys and create a new access key. Select third-party service as the type of access key you would like to generate. AWS will alert you that using temporary security credentials instead of creating long-term credentials like access keys is more secure. You are free to do this, but for the sake of this demo, we will select the confirmation of this message and select Next. You can optionally add tags to your access key, and once done, select Create Access Key. AWS will display your access key and secret access key in the interface, both of which you will need to configure your MotherDuck destination in Estuary. It's highly recommended that you download the .csv file containing the same information and storing it in a secure location. Now that you have your AWS S3 bucket and IAM user provisioned for access, navigate back to Estuary to finish configuring your MotherDuck destination. We'll start with the staging bucket configuration. In our case, make sure that AWS is selected. Then, supply the name of the bucket you created. Next, pass through the access key ID and secret access key to the corresponding fields. Finally, supply the AWS region you created your S3 bucket in. You can optionally supply a bucket path. With the staging bucket complete, let's configure the MotherDuck account parameters. You'll need a service token for MotherDuck to do this. Navigate to your MotherDuck account and select Settings, then select Access Tokens. Select Create New Access Token and give it a name. Once complete, select Create Token and MotherDuck will display your access token. Copy this token and store it somewhere secure. Now we can navigate back to Estuary one last time and supply the access token for MotherDuck and tell Estuary which database to load our data into. Mine is called Estuary-Demo. You can also provide a schema you want each table to be persisted within. Once this is complete, select Next to allow Estuary to authenticate to your systems. Once successful, you will be able to select the collections you want to have loaded into MotherDuck by clicking the Add button and selecting the collections. If you would like, you can change the settings of each collection, and once done, select Next and then Save and Publish to save your MotherDuck destination. And just like that, we have real-time data ingestion from HubSpot to MotherDuck up and running in a matter of minutes. To learn more about how Estuary can solve your real-time data needs, visit estuary.dev or view documentation at docs.estuary.dev.